a record of the delightful piece they're going to play this evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. Attention, please. Attention, please.
And now the moment we've been waiting for is here.
Hey, set off, whatever will be. Will be. Dum, ding, dum, da, 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 da. Oh, you're divine.
Hi, I'm Nadia,
And I'm Heather.
and welcome to Quirky Birds Podcast.
We've got an affirmation for a badass for you today, and let's see what the universe has to say for us today. They don't talk shit because they envy your drive. Keep giving them reasons. That is such a good one.
That is a very good one.
Because you know you've made it when you've got haters.
Right?
When you've got haters.
Is it weird we're actually looking forwd to like our first troll, because then we'll know that everyone's actually like paying attention to us. It's a thing. So on today's podcast is actually our introduction. We want to introduce ourselves to you and what our podcast is kind of going to be about, and hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
So we actually met at 13 Roses Tattoo. It was my first day starting at front desk, and it was your kind of
Second to last day.
day.
And there were some circumstances in my life that led me to leave for a couple months, took a little sabbatical, and we needed to hire a new person to replace me. Nadia was my replacement, and we met and became instant best friends.
Right.
And we were like, oh my God, I'm leaving. Why?
It was heartbreaking. Like, you meet someone and you have such a vibe with them, and you're like, we are going to be best friends. Why are you leaving? This is going to be amazing. And she left for 2 months. It was very sad.
But we stayed connected
We did.
outside of the shop, and
Yes.
then circumstances brought me back to the shop, and they needed more help, and I came back, and I'm so happy that I did, because it kicked off my apprenticeship and got me to become a tattoo artist, where I'm tattooing now as a licensed artist, and it's been a huge transformation for me.
It's a super exciting journey, and I'm so happy I got to be like a part and like watch the whole thing. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So we'll bring you in on some of that. She's going to talk about like some of her favorite tattoos that she's doing like along, and so you guys can kind of share that journey as she's doing more and more, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
We're gonna share different things about us, things that we like to do, our hobbies.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
That's how we connected. We connected through art and artistic hobbies and music and just
Yeah.
like being silly goofballs.
right. We love to hang out with each other. We
love to play dress up. We love
Right.
makeup,
all
clothes,
of
the whole
things.
thing.
Yeah. So our plan for our podcast is kind of just girl talk vibes, like talk about what we did for the week, what we've got going on, what we found. We want to share cool things with you guys that we found.
Yeah, we're always finding cool local spots around St.
Yes.
Louis, cool vintage shops and flea markets and antique shops and all that kind of stuff. And we want to kind of like share when we find gems in the city. And
absolutely.
also local businesses, women-owned businesses. We love to promote that kind of stuff and let everyone know where we're getting our cool shit and how
Right.
we are
Yeah.
cool.
We're so cool. We're obviously part of the cool club. But yeah, we want to share just kind of our experiences, and we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. If you guys have any questions, if you have any other ideas or things that you want us to explore, we can't wait to do that and take you guys on this journey with us and become part of our tribe, the Quirky Birds podcast tribe.
St. Louis,
Right.
Missouri.
In St. Louis, Missouri. So a little background on me. I'm Nadia, and I'm originally from Arizona. I am 44 years old. I have 3 dogs, no kids. I'm in a relationship. It's a newer relationship, but he's awesome. We're having a really good time. I live out here with my mom, and I have family back in Arizona, so I do like to go back and visit, so you guys might get some Arizona content as well. Some quirky hobbies that I have is I collect Monster High dolls, purses, makeup, shoes. I like shoes. Betsy Johnson jewelry. Yeah. Oh, and tattoos. We'll be talking probably a lot about tattoos since we both actually work at the same tattoo shop. But yeah, that's kind of about me and what I'm going to be sharing. And
Yeah, I'm Heather. I grew up in Northern California on a cattle ranch, so I got some country in me, which comes out now that I'm in Missouri again.
Farm country.
But I lived in Seattle for 10 years and loved the culture and the people out there, but the weather was a little depressing. Came out to St. Louis on a whim. That's a whole story that I won't get into, but ended up loving it. I'm 42 years old. I have a 19-year-old child, man child.
Who, I guess he's a man now. We can call him that.
Who is the light of my life and a super awesome person. And I'm really proud of him. He is in the Air Force.
She's a military mom.
Yeah, he's going to tech school right now, and he's a linguist. He's learning Russian. He's learning cryptology. It's all this stuff that I'm not allowed to know about, which is kind of cool. But and yeah,
he's teaching us some fun phrases that we can use.
He's teaching us how to cuss in Russian.
Us how to cuss in Russian. Because I mean, that's what kids do, I think.
I have spent my life in doing many mediums of art: painting, drawing, costuming, sewing, quilting, macrame. I did hair for 14 years. Before I was a tattoo artist, I was a hairdresser. I did all kinds of crazy funky colors and funky haircuts, and it was a lot of fun. And I was a clown for a little while. I went to kid parties and dressed up as a clown. Did stilt walking, fire dancing.
That's some of my favorite stuff about her, too. She has a very unique past.
So one of the things that we want to do with our podcast is kind of let our followers in on some of the cool things that is happening in, for one, not just our lives, but like the shop that we work at and things happening around the city. And so we've got to give you guys like a little sneak peek into what is ahead or in the future for us at the shop. Like we're going to have a couple of Friday the 13th events. So September, there's a Friday the 13th. It's going to be spooky themed. And then
December is the other one. So we're going to have it more Christmas spooky, Krampus.
Or witchy.
And kind of those themes. So yes, we'll have some sneak preview to some flash coming up for those events and a little bit of background on how our events go and other things that we provide at the events, which is super fun. Also things that are going on in the community. This is kind of the start of a whole bunch of fun stuff going on in St. Louis. Yep, for the rest of the year. And some of it we're going to show as we find them, check them out. If we know that they're coming up, just give you a heads up so you guys can go and enjoy them. So we just kind of want to share our lives with you guys and, what we have going on everywhere.
Yeah. I also play the ukulele and sing, and so I can share some information about some open mics that I sometimes do or know about. And then there is a annual ukulele camp out that's so much fun. And I want to start getting into, music festivals and stuff like that again. But I haven't really found them around St. Louis. I used to be pretty active in that kind of stuff in Seattle. So if you have any great music festivals to let me know about, put it in the comments.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Or if you guys know of anything that's coming up that we haven't heard of and you want to promote your own events or things that you know of
we love shout outs.
We love that. Absolutely. So anything in like the surrounding areas, because technically we say St. Louis, but we're based just outside of St. Louis. So we enjoy everything out here, and even exploring day trips, finding stuff around us. It's a lot of fun. It's going to be a really fun rest of the year that we're going to share with you guys. And we hope you enjoy it and come along for the ride and help give us some fun ideas. Welcome. And I hope you're enjoying our podcast so far. This is our first episode, so.
And we're going to get better.
Yes.
Promise.
Yeah.
This is our first podcast ever.
It is our first podcast ever.
So.
We're also going to be doing some fun short reels on our other social media, so keep an eye out on that. That's kind of one of our fun things that we like to do is do reels and funny videos and stuff like that. So we do a lot for the shop, and we'll be having some more there. So yeah, make sure to follow along, like, comment on all of our social media. So yeah, another thing that we're really excited to do in the future with our podcast is we're going to have guests on our show. So some of them are going to be our friends from around the area or professionals from around the area. And yeah,
and we would just like to highlight some of the other cool people that we have in our lives that have really amazing businesses or offer services in beauty, healthcare, self-care, wellness, that kind of stuff. Because we're all about that. And once you get to a certain age, that becomes kind of a priority. And like us being in our 40s, health and wellness is a huge priority. I don't like to party like I used to, and I don't have the body for it anymore. I got to take care of myself. And
no longer 21. We have other things that we need to help keep us healthy and upright and moving and motivated.
Right.
So we know that's something that a lot of you probably are also dealing with or want more information about. So we're going to bring in people that are more experts than we are on these topics.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then also again share some really great local businesses, companies, badass boss babes, things like that in our community, and just kind of highlight what they do and how they got started, how they ended up where they're at, where their ideas came from, because there's such a huge variety of people and how they, do things and go about things and where they get their motivation and ideas from. And we want to share that with you guys and learn from them as well, because
always be elevating.
Exactly. Yes. It is always important to learn new things. Another fun thing that we have going on, well, I have going on, is I have a couples book club with my boyfriend, and we are alternating books. So I cannot wait to share how that is going with you guys, what books we choose, how we choose them, and even get recommendations, because we are looking to change it up. I'm a big reader. He is a little bit of a reader, but he's very excited for it. And we have discussions, and I can't wait to tell you guys what we think of certain things. We had our first argument, I guess, about a book, a disagreement on a character, if that's a thing. So I cannot wait to share that as part of my contribution to the podcast. So that's going to be kind of fun, especially if you're a book nerd, because I'm a huge book nerd and I love book recs. I love hearing about books and I love reading books.
So another really awesome and important aspect to our lives is spirituality, and how that manifests not in terms of religion, but with the seasons changing. And
we like to honor the seasons and just to thank the spirits that be for what is going on in our lives, and celebrate nature, celebrate the people around us, the vibes around us. We're big fans of making sure the vibes around us are good, and cleansing when there's negative vibes. So yeah, we want to share different events with you guys, or things that you guys can do to honor or increase your spirituality, and yeah, kind of share different things that we both incorporate kind of in our lives, and what we think you guys might enjoy as well.
Yeah. So we'll be like, focusing on the solstices and little rituals that you can do that don't require a lot of materials. And sometimes, you need a little cord cutting or a little, blessing.
Right.
Oop, I lost my earring. By the way,
she makes her own jewelry.
Well, no, this was made by my friend.
Oh.
My friend, Origins of Mecca, made these earrings for me, and they're fucking badass. And anyway,
you have a few earrings from them.
I have a ton.
Yes,
I have a ton from them. So,
yeah.
If
really
you want to check out that Instagram, Origins of Mecca. Her name is Chelsea, and she goes by Chainsaw. She's awesome. Anyway,
To mention, we just have really cool friends or know really cool and artistic people. And we cannot wait to introduce them to you guys because
Right. So like talking about friends, talking about spirituality, talking about tattoos, talking about crafts, arts. Nadia also does this really cool thing. And one of the first events that we went to, she was like, I have this weird thing that I love. Come with me. And I was like, okay.
So I compete in beard competitions. They're charity events, and yes, beard. Obviously, I don't have a beard. I identify as female. I am female, so I can't grow a beard either. So I participate in events that are craft beards. They actually have a couple different categories for. They're called whiskerinas. I like to participate in the creative, which is I make beards out of crafts. I've done some that shoot bubbles. I have done some that
So she dressed up like a mermaid, okay? She dressed up like a mermaid, had this whole net beard that had shells, and
yeah, it lit up.
it lit
had a
up,
little
and then it had
crab,
this bubble machine that shot bubbles.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
So she actually participated too in the other category, which is realistic.
Well, so like I was like, okay, I'm gonna go to this beard competition. I don't know anybody there. I was new to St. Louis, and I was like, well, I can't go and not participate, right? So what I did, like 30 minutes before the event, I cut a little piece of my hair from the back.
She was committed.
I was committed. It was like this big of a piece. I cut it off, and then I glued it on and gave myself a like cot stash or a porn stash.
Yeah, totally. It was
out
totally
of my own hair.
Yes.
So it matched.
Yes.
And I was just planning on attending. I was not planning on competing. And when I got there, they were like, "Oh my God, that's amazing! I can't believe you did that. You have to enter. You have to enter." So there was like all these people that were like, "You have to enter." So I did. Ended up getting second place for the realistic.
Yes, for her first competition.
And it was so much fun. And you got first place that event, didn't you?
I can't remember. Maybe.
I
I might have
wasn't
been second.
That was the mermaid one.
That was the mermaid one.
Yeah.
I might have been second. But what's great about them, they're all over, and I can't wait to share some of those events with you as well. But they're all charity events. They raise money for local charities. They each pick one, and
usually it's like dog rescue or veteran related.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes like women's shelters. They're big on like animal, veteran, mental health. So there's some great beard competitions. It's super fun. They even have like nationals and worlds. I'm nowhere near that level.
And there's a bunch of like quirky characters that get all dolled up and like.
Yeah, if you want an
hilarious.
event, like people fully dress up, they are committed, and it's a blast. There's usually fundraising, raffles, stuff like that. But I usually go to about 3 a year, just because I don't travel as much. But there's some people that is their thing, and they have beard brand products that they sell, and so I'll probably be showing some of those because I have a few friends that sell them and some really cool products. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's when I share it with people, it's definitely my quirky hobby. Not a lot of people do, and most look at me a little oddly when I try to explain what I'm doing. But when they see pictures, it's actually really fun. And if you are a crafty girl, it is a blast to join.
The possibilities are endless of how you can make a beard. Really,
it's
really fun.
I mean, the only rule is you can't hold it on. You have to have it somehow attached to your head. But I mean, there are some amazing ones. So if you get a chance, search whiskerinas. There are some fantastic people out there, and some really interesting beards that they have made, and I am very impressed with a lot of them. So I will be sharing about competitions and even some of the beards that I've made throughout this journey, and y'all can enjoy or interpret as you will, but it's a fun time. I enjoy it.
So another aspect of our lives is our relationships that we're in. And while we don't really want to talk about relationships and make the podcast about that, we do want to focus on fun things that we do with our partners. And yes, I am in a newer relationship as well, and it's going really well, and I'm really hopeful about it. And relationships have been a sorted.
Some guys are just kind of scuzzy. We all know this. It's just a thing.
Yeah,
But we found a couple of good ones now.
we did, and we're really excited that we finally found some good ones, because dating out there is tough, especially in St. Louis.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we want to talk about the fun things that we do. So like yeah, their book stuff, and then
and kind of places we find for fun date nights.
Yeah, my boyfriend grew up in St. Louis, so he knows all of, and I've lived here for 3 years now, and in those 3 years I have really not explored the city that much. Like, I've done a lot of the, typical things, like gone to the zoo and gone to the botanical garden, gone to the arch, that sort of thing. But he's been introducing me to so many like great restaurants and places to go and places to see, and just little like parks that are little hidden gems and stuff like that. So that's been really fun. And
he's a huge extrovert too, and so he knows a ton of people, so he's introduced us both to some really nice people as well, which is kind of fun, kind of expanded our friend base just through him. And they're both our biggest supporters in this, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's nice to have a new take on relationships that is hopeful and also very positive.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what we kind of want to bring to it, is things that we're doing or figuring out along the way that are positive, or to kind of just take our relationships to the next level and getting to know somebody and spending time with them. But another thing that we also think is very important is being our own people, having your own hobbies, having your own tribe, your own friends, just to keep being an individual when you become a couple, because it's important to have like your own things that you're interested in and things that you're interested in do as a couple. So it kind of just makes you stronger as a person. And those are both sides of what we want to share with you guys. Stuff that we are learning in our new relationships that are actually going well and positive, which for both of us is a unique situation.
Right? Because you'd think by 40 years old you'd have something figured out, but
right?
Most people are still just figuring it out as you go along, and we definitely are.
Yeah. So we want to share that experience with you, and things that we're finding that work for us, at least, and places that we're going, and date ideas that we're coming up with. Because it's not always on them. Sometimes it's on us too. So we like finding dates or things to go on. I'm a big fan of finding free dates because I spend all of my money on shoes. So I like to find all the free events around town so that I have my money for my other things that I like to spend money on.
And there's tons of really cool free stuff. Like, we just went to the Pagan Picnic, which was held in Tower Grove.
Yeah, that was
Park,
really cool.
And that was really cool. There was tons of vendors, lots of food. There was like music, drum circles going on. It was a really cool time. So stuff like that we hope to explore in the future too, and kind of like.
And surprisingly, St. Louis has a huge amount of free events for you to go to. Family oriented, single, couple, older person oriented, just a huge variety of free or inexpensive events or things to do, and we can't wait to find more and share the ones that we know about.
Right. So. Speaking of events, today is the 4th of July.
Happy
Independence Day.
Woo-hoo.
I've not been a super, patriotic person in the past. I've been kind of a huge hippie most of my life. With my kiddo going into the Air Force, though, I have kind of a new, appreciation for what these people in the military do for us. And I never really thought about it before. And then, like, him giving himself to service was like a huge eye-opening thing, or different perspective, I should say, into that. And a lot of people really dedicate their lives to
keeping us safe.
And that's something to be celebrated and something to give homage to. So thank you for your service, all of our military people. We're grateful for you, and
Thank you. It is something
we're gonna go barbecue today, and then we're doing very typical 4th of July stuff.
Yeah,
Barbecue,
red, white, and blue.
Oh my gosh, you are!
I am red, white, and blue.
I always wear black and white.
Sometimes we unintentionally twin,
Yeah.
which is very interesting because typically it's kind of different styles, but man, when we're twinning, we are twinning.
Mhm.
So yeah.
So yeah, I'm doing some typical 4th of July stuff. My boyfriend's sister and her kiddos are coming over for barbecue. Some friends are coming too. We're gonna make a bunch of chicken wangs.
They go
corn,
all out.
that kind of stuff.
All out. I don't cook. I bake sometimes. I do not cook, but going to their house for barbecues is one of my favorite things because it is a spread.
Yeah.
Like they don't go half on it. It is a spread and it's good food.
And any reason to barbecue, we take that reason and we go. My son Aiden was here a couple weeks. Last week.
Just
he
a
was
week
here.
ago.
He got a break and came home for a week, and it was so wonderful. And we threw a barbecue for him, and all of our people from the boxing gym came over and ate, and it was a great
we haven't
time.
talked about the
He
church.
was like glowing that people came to hang out.
He's
with
such a
him.
good kid.
Yeah,
We're
anyway.
so proud of him.
So we're barbecuing today, and then we're gonna go to the fluorescent fireworks show.
Woohoo!
It's like in a baseball field or
Yeah.
something. I don't know. I'm new to all this. I'm new to this. I'm new to fluorescent, and I'm new to that area. So I think it's in a baseball field, and then they shoot up the fireworks. I love it. I love that.
I look at the ones there's a high school not too far from me and they shoot it off. I think it's from their football field and it's just across the way. So I can see that absolutely perfectly from my front porch. I just kind of hang out.
Oh, that's lucky.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's just not too far from me. I get a great view. I usually stay home because my dogs are a little sensitive to the fireworks in my neighborhood, even though you're not supposed to, sets them off all week.
They're illegal, and they've been popping off in fluorescent for a week and a half, and they're totally illegal in that area.
Yeah. So
supposedly, I don't know. Nobody's getting arrested.
Right. Yeah. It's minor there, but yeah, they've been going off. So I usually stay home and kind of hang and cuddle with them, and then watch it for
that's also a huge factor with those is dogs, huh? They're often really. I don't really experience that because I have a cat.
He's the sweetest thing.
Elliot is my other baby boy.
Yes.
The other light of my life.
Yes, he's such a handsome man. He's such a good boy.
He's 11.
Yes.
He's been through a lot with me. Yeah, and he's consistent.
Yeah.
Good boy. You ever have a cat? If you've never had a cat, just imagine having an anxiety attack and your cat coming and sitting on your chest and purring. It's the best feeling in the world. Cats are amazing.
Yeah. He will come up and greet me. He gives me his little purr. I love him.
Yeah.
My dog, well, 2 of them are troublemakers, but one of them is a sweet, perfect angel. And that would be the one that was my foster fail that I adopted. Because obviously someone trained her so much better than I trained my dogs. I give my dogs anxiety. She's like the most chill, sweetest thing in the entire universe. And it's because I didn't raise her. So I definitely adopted her the second I got her because she was amazing. And my other 2 are a little neurotic. They're good boys. They're good boys.
Best friends and a little fuzzy body.
That's true.
Yes.
We are big animal fans. We're big animal lovers. So yeah, you'll be probably hearing some pet stories and adventures because I've had some adventures. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the rest of our podcast. We heart you. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next time.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thanks for watching our video. Come back next time and watch our quirky conversations. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
And also don't forget to follow our TikTok and our Instagram pages as well. Thanks.